refugees crossed into Europe in 2015, sparking a fervent debate about the refugee crisis as countries struggled to cope with the reception of asylum seekers. The arrival of refugees created division in the European Union over how best to deal with resettling people. The debates were especially fervent in the new accession countries in Central Europe. Populist leaders in Hungary and in Poland asserted that Muslim refugees pose a security threat to the continent. In contrast, members of civil societies showed solidarity with refugees. Hungarian volunteers provided assistance to Syrian refugees at the Keleti railway station. Polish citizens organized garage sales to assist refugees in Moira and Lesbos. We write about these issues in the book Europe and the Refugee Response, A Crisis of Values, edited by Elżbieta Goździak, Izabella M and Brigitte Suter. Country case studies are drawn from France, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Italy, the Netherlands, Poland, Spain, Sweden, and the United Kingdom. They represent states with long histories of immigration, countries with recent refugee arrivals, and countries that refuse to admit even the smallest number of asylum seekers. At a time when debates on refugees and European norms continue to rage, this book provides an important interdisciplinary analysis which will be of interest to European policymakers and researchers across the fields of migration, law, philosophy, anthropology, sociology, and political science. In the introductory chapter, Elżbieta Goździak and Izabella M contest the crisis narrative. They also explore the values upon which the EU was founded: respect for human dignity, freedom, democracy, equality, the rule of law, and respect for human rights, and assert that these quintessentially democratic values are shared outside the European continent. Witold Klaus, a Polish legal scholar, deconstructs the values on which Polish migration policies build. He discusses the ambiguity of this policy that vacillates between strengthening security by closing borders to refugees, on the one hand, and accepting large numbers of Ukrainian labor migrants. In the 21st century, immigrant integration has been one of the most hotly debated topics in political and public debates in Europe. Robert Laruina and Haleh Gorashi, two Dutch sociologists, write about the opportunities and challenges in creating spaces for refugees to participate in policy making. In the concluding chapter, Elżbieta Goździak and Brigitte Suter wonder if focusing primarily on shared values facilitates immigrant integration. Moreover, they posit the presenting European values as rosy ideals and failing to acknowledge violation of values in the host society. Racism, Islamophobia, discrimination makes the value transmission efforts disingenuous. The challenge European policymakers face is how to define values in a non-ethnic and inclusive way to signal to refugees that they are part of us and an important element in ensuring social cohesion, they conclude. This project has received funding from the European Union's Horizon 2020 Research and Innovation Programme under Grant Agreement number 770330.